that truck to come and get me. Money and water, 'cause this boy is fire, has got a hold of me.
Hey. This is Barrio coming to you from Sugarland, Texas. Today we're going to talk about a little bit of personal productivity. We're going to talk about procrastination. As in, I get to it. And so I want to go over a few things that can help us all when it comes to dealing with procrastination. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video. I would love to hear some comments from you if there are any other ideas you think might work as far as procrastination is concerned. And then make sure to hit notify so you can be notified of other videos when they drop. One of the ways you can deal with the problem is trying to understand what the problem is. When you start to develop ways to combat procrastination, you really just try to understand what's causing the procrastination. Is it something you just don't like doing? Is it something you're not good at? Are you just too distracted? Are you looking for something else to do? Are you just figure out what is causing you to procrastinate in certain areas? Because I guarantee you don't procrastinate on everything. Some things you get done. So figuring out the areas, the things that you're procrastinating on and why, and understanding why will help you to develop a method for actually dealing with it. So time blocking is when you set time on your calendar, on your schedule, to only do one thing. The reason that you can ignore the phone calls that are coming in, ignore the emails, ignore somebody knocking at your door, is because you've used time blocking, and if I can just take this period of time, I'll have time to do a lot of that other stuff as well. So I would say use time blocking. You are a heavy procrastinator and it's really a big issue. You may want to do time blocking in small increments. Let's say you need to update something in a spreadsheet, or you need to update something with your bank statement, or you need to just, you're writing a book and you're trying to update, you need to add a couple more paragraphs. Well, instead of doing a whole hour of time blocking, maybe do 15-minute time blocks, because maybe you can commit to that better. So you commit to a 15-minute time block, you sit there, you just write for 15 minutes, or you do whatever those tasks is you need to do for 15 minutes. If it's chores around the house, or even if it's washing clothes, 15 minutes. I'm gonna take the clothes, I'm gonna put them in a basket, I'm gonna walk over, put them in, get it started, and then other little house chores, do them in 15-minute increments. Make the increments smaller, but use time blocking to make sure you can get it done. Another thing that I like to do that you may find helpful is to reward yourself throughout the process. So let's say you're a big football fan, but you have something that's due Sunday night. So you're struggling because you want to watch TV. So what you do is you time block 15 minutes, and then you reward yourself by maybe watching 5 minutes of the highlights of the football game, since you can't watch the whole football game. All right, but you find a way to reward yourself throughout the process, and that way you have more motivation to get that task done that you've been procrastinating on, because you want to get to that reward. Recognize that this is just something that's not getting done, or whatever the case. Maybe you need to delegate the task to someone else. So maybe you need to outsource the task to someone else. Now, some things you can't outsource, like you can't outsource raising your children, but you probably bribe your kids to wash the dishes for you. So figure out what it is. If this is something that you delegate, especially if it's something at work, you need to do the bookkeeping and things of that nature. You need to pick up around your office, or whatever it might be. If it's something that you can delegate, so now instead of you procrastinating on doing the task, then what you're doing is managing the person or whoever it is, or the service that you're using to actually do it. Some people do this for house cleaning. They just procrastinate on house cleaning, so they just hire someone to clean the house. Now it's going to cost you, but the task gets done. And there are other ways in our lives that we could do delegation. It may be someone who's really good at it in your household, or someone in your circle. Say, hey, can I get you to do this particular task for me? And now you have delegated, and now you're not procrastinating on doing that, maybe because you didn't want to do it, you don't like doing it, but you have someone else who's actually doing it. The flip side of delegation is actually having an accountability partner for the task that you have to do. So you could actually have someone who you trust, who you respect, or maybe even like a coach that says, hey, I need to make sure to get my taxes in on time. And in order to get them on time, I need to get all the paperwork together. So you have someone that says, hey, who you know, hey, we're going to meet a week from now. And a week from now when we meet, I need to have accomplished a certain part of the process. And so now this meeting is coming up on Wednesday, and you got to get all your W-2s and everything together so you can at least tell your accountability partner, hey, yep, I checked it off. I've done that part. So, all right, so now let's go to the next step. So having an accountability partner, and I'm sticking with household stuff like taking out the trash, washing dishes, whatever the case may be. But if you have someone where oh, I got to have this conversation because I told them I was going to take the trash out, or because I agreed I was going to take the trash out. Having a way to have an accountability partner. If you can't delegate, have someone who's going to hold you accountable based on a specific timeline. Not, hey, did you take trash out? Hey, you have to take trash out by 8 o'clock in the morning on Mondays. And they're asking you at 7, hey, did you take trash out? So it's kind of like, I won't say a reminder, but an accountability partner. Another way you can deal with procrastination is by putting critical dependencies in place. Critical dependency that's going to force you to get this thing done before you do the next thing. All right. And so by putting something in place, putting something in the process or in the path that you have to do, the thing that you've been procrastinating on, put the procrastination thing in the way of something that you really need to do. An example of this, probably not the best example, but an example of this is, let's say, going back to taking out the trash, right? So one of the ways you could, if you don't want to take the trash all the way to the curb, is you could put the trash can in front of the door so that you can't even go out the door to get in your car to go to work unless you physically touch the trash can. And so now, even though you procrastinated all night, you're supposed to do it last night. You get up in the morning, oh man, I'm getting ready to go to the car, trash can's in front of the door. You grab the trash can and you walk it out to the curb, put the trash can on the curb. That's one way to deal with procrastination, because now you place it as a dependency. Now you can't get in your car and go to work until you take out the trash. And so those are just some of the ways, some of the little tips that you can use to deal with procrastination. Many of us struggle with it. I know it can be a headache, but I would encourage you to go back and look at these different tasks and use them in the process of dealing with procrastination. Again, I want to hear from you. So tell me some other ideas that you think could help with procrastination as well. Again, thank you for listening to me and putting up with my banter. I appreciate you coming to the channel. Again, these are some of the ways I look at dealing with procrastination. Hopefully these are going to be helpful for you. Make sure to like, subscribe, notify, and I want to hear from you. So put your comments in it below. Give me some examples. Tell me what you thought. Give me some examples that you thought of that might be helpful when it comes to dealing with procrastination. Again, thank you for coming to my channel. Like, subscribe, notify, comment, and I look forward to engaging with you on another topic in the very near future. God bless you.